It is necessary to comply with the awarding body legal specification towards internal quality and assurance, including the health, safety and welfare. So centers should ensure that the learner data is accurate and up to date and send an update if there's any change or correction to any learner data previously disclosed to the awarding body. And if there's any refusal of processing of learner data by a data subject for any reason, we must ensure that learner data is used only for the purposes which it was collected and not to disclose the learner data to any third party without the consent of the learner. This is a requirement, and these requirements should be upheld to ensure the accreditation and professionalism of the centre. For the smooth running of the organisation and to meet the internal and external requirements of awarding bodies, it must be required to have a legal policy and procedures ready at hand in the assessment. So on one hand, it helps you to go through the whole process of assessment smoothly, and on the other hand, it helps to build confidence among the learners who feel secure in the process. The training organisations are also subject to inspection by Ofsted, so have to keep the records for performance, safety, and also for financial reasons. Then you've got health and safety policies and procedures, which are important. All organisations must carry out a risk assessment identifying the risks to employees, other workers, clients, members of staff, members of the public, or anyone who comes into contact with your premises or uses your services. So they must draw up a health and safety scheme setting out a programme to reduce the risks or to minimise the negative impact if they do happen. So in this instance, it's the risks to your learners. So since in assessment there's possibility of learners being under 18, you also need to, as an assessor or the authority, has to carry out a specific assessment taking into account the fact young people are going to be inexperienced, immature, and are less aware of the risks than adults. Okay, so there's extra onus on you to ensure that you cater for the under 18s. Then you've got Data Protection Act, and the main thrust of the data protection is to protect against the abuse of data held on individuals. Data collection has to be fair, and this now means that the individual must know who is doing the collecting and the purposes for which the data are intended to be used. The data shouldn't be kept for longer than necessary, which must be kept secure and should be adequate, relevant and accurate. Thus, the learners in assessment will feel secure as it ensures confidentiality. So why would you collect learner data? So thinking about, you need to register your learners for an award. So you need to have their email address, you need the date of birth, you need the name. All this information is required for them to receive their certificate. Then potentially you've got eligibility requirements as well. Is there a minimum age? Do they need any other licenses or prerequisites to join the training? So you need to collect all this information to verify that they can take part on the course.